I keep seeing these social media videos of this beautiful blue lake in a beautiful city called Banff, and I was like, it looks too good to be true. Let me check it out for myself. And we started off obviously on a flight, and this is what we did. So not only we were visiting a new city, but we were finding a new way to kill time on the plane, and we decided to buy a Lego from the Lego vending machine, which apparently is a thing in an airport. I'm pretty sure it's for in the airport building, but we were like, nah, we're going to build it on the plane in the dark, which definitely led to a lot of dropped pieces, but thankfully we found everything, and here's the progress of that. Now, whether it was a great time killer, it absolutely was, but I gave up at some point, and I was like, nah, I need a nap, and I woke up to it being like this, and it was really, really cool, and I highly recommend doing this. Now let's get back to the vacation. We started our day off bright and early, getting the rental car, but also viewing some prairie dogs, which are like the squirrels of Canada, apparently. Our goal for the day was to drive all the way up to Jasper, but by hour 4 of driving and hiking, I had given up. So, spoiler alert, we didn't make it. But we started off with Johnston Canyon, which was this beautiful little hike to a fall. And along the way, you see the river and the rest of it. You also found a lot of ice, which was shocking to us because it was like 80 degrees. What was nice about driving everywhere is every time you saw like a pit stop or somewhere, you would just stop. You wouldn't know what it was called, but you would just stop, park your car on the side, and take a view. Like, look at this beautiful blue lake with the mountains. And we also had like a mini off road hike that resulted in everyone getting muddy shoes and having to go shoeless in the car. I refuse to pay the rental car cleaning fees.
What are you guys talking about? Not mud.
It was absolutely worth it because look at these stunning views. We then drove up even more north up to the Columbia Glacier, and yes, we visited a glacier, which I was so shocked you could actually do. But as you kept going up and up and up, there was more and more snow, even though it was still 80 degrees. I could not comprehend. But this is us hiking up to the glacier or to the toe of the glacier. We were going to tickle its foot apparently, but this me touching the snow and exploring it. It was actually a pretty ridiculously steep hike. Like, it took me, I mean, I hadn't eaten all day, so that was probably why, but it was pretty difficult. But along the way, there were these cute markers that I don't want to say cute because they're kind of sad, but they let you know how far the glacier has melted since that date. The glacier giving us ice cold wind, but it also could have just paved such an easy road, I'm telling you. It is absolutely breathtaking when you like take it in and acknowledge like it is a glacier. It is what like supports us, gives us water. There's like the running river, the rocks, and then of course the humans who are destroying the glacier and decided to go over the barricade and take some selfies.
Did it. Hunt it down. Dinner. Oh, so cute. Dinner for real. It's Eid. Perfect feast for Eid.
Now, for the next thing, normally people would be scared, but we were so excited.
Softest animal ever. Why is it so cute?
No, but seriously, why is it marketed as so evil when it looks so soft and plush and cute? It's so deceiving. But after the bear meet and greet, we then worked our way back down to Banff, visiting all of the sites along the way, including this one right here, which is Peyote Lake, which had a wolf-shaped lake. Day 2 was a little interesting. We headed into Banff town because we had some time to kill before our reservations for Lake Louise and Moraine Lake. In Banff town, we just walked around a little bit and obviously had to hit up Tim Hortons. We then went into the Banff like gardens. It had these beautiful bridges. It's just like a nice place to just walk around and view nature. After walking around the gardens for a bit, we then headed on over to Bow Valley and Bow Falls. It is this beautiful falls inside of Banff or very close to Banff and not like a full-on drive like everything else. But look at how beautiful it is, and you can like whitewater raft here too. It's really cool. I wish I had known ahead of time because I definitely would have done this. What's really nice about the water here is it's well maintained, meaning it's clear and not like the nasty stuff in America.
Oh, it's so cool.
Our next stop was the Cave and Basin, which
Stinks of rotten eggs. Ooh.
Yeah, there was a lot of sulfur in the area, and the next day we actually climbed Sulphur Mountain, so you can take by that this area just was rank. Outside of the cave, there was this reservoir here of water that claimed to have snails, and we were like, oh, yeah, those are all snails right there, right? Like those bubbles are just them breathing, right?
The snails. Down there. Or that's the sulfur.
Here, that little gray raised circle is a snail. There's also a couple of snails right here, just these little raised circles. Very small.
Yeah, I should stay out of science. That is not my lane. But, anyways, we then headed over to the shuttle for the Lake Louise and Moraine Lake, which started at the ski resort, which still had snow. Again, very shocking to me because it is like 80 degrees out. Also, another shocking thing was the shuttle is not like 10 minutes. No, it's like 20 to 30 minutes. It's really long, and I took a nap. But it was so worth it. Look at how beautiful these lakes are. We also opted for the very overpriced canoe, which was absolutely worth
We're
it.
turning. I'm not paddling. Hold on. We're turning. Why are we paddling? Enjoy it.
We then headed on to Moraine Lake, and it was windy.
All right. At least we didn't kayak in that.
It got bad real quick, but those views were still very much worth it no matter how much rain, water, sand, rocks, everything was flying in our face. Now, here's where things get a little interesting. Next to Moraine Lake, there is a hike called Rock Pile Hike, which just takes you to the top of a bunch of rocks so you get beautiful views. And because it was so windy and so sandy, we were literally being hit with sand. It was hard to breathe. But would I opt out of it? Absolutely not. Look at these stunning views. I mean, I could sit here all day if it weren't for the fact that I couldn't breathe. And next is where things take a turn for the worse. My brother wanted to go back down the very dangerous side of the hike. And obviously, you don't let someone hike alone. Like, that's the number one rule. So I was like, yeah, I guess I'll come with you. Not realizing I am literally scaling rocks and basically like trying not to die.
Okay. I was not meant for this life.
And if you're like, why are you filming and not focused? At first, I was like, oh, this will be fun to film. And then I realized how treacherous it was, and I was not paying attention to my phone. This is me just holding my phone as I went down. Luckily, no one got injured. Well, hiking down, and I made a new friend.
And a little guy.
The fun part about traveling with younger siblings is that they bring back childhood memories, and we were skipping rocks.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Like, actually, when's the last time you skipped rocks in a random lake?
Oh, that one skipped once. Oh, I got 3. Woo! Maybe. Yeah, the big ones.
And things got cut short when my brother sliced his hand on a rock. Thankfully, it was okay, and we ended on a sweet note with some beaver tails. Now, day 3 is where our plans took a turn for the worst. We initially started our day off at Sulphur Mountain. We took the gondola all the way up, did a little scenic route, walked around, enjoyed the views, took that hike, which I accidentally did not prepare for. As you can see, I was wearing Birks, and Birks don't match a hike, but I made it as far as I could and then turned around because look at how steep it was if I accidentally slipped.
Multiple options. Do you like snowy capped mountains for your window screen? Would you like more mountains? Or just the trees?
That was my way of saying it was breathtaking, and then of course this happens. Like, let me enjoy the nature. We also found some more goats over here, so I guess his food prayers were answered. After exploring the beautiful nature, we then made our way back down into Banff and then explored the town, A, to satiate my brother's hunger, but B, to just see what was there. There were tea shops, candy shops. It was adorable. After that, we made our way about a 3-hour drive to a coaster that was supposed to be like a nature's coaster, only to find out it was closed, and then immediately turned around and drove back. To make us feel better, we thought moon mist ice cream would have been good, but it wasn't. And with that, our trip ended on a sweet note.